Good morning students. Now we discuss about structure of human ear. Human ear is divided into three main parts. First is the outer ear or it is called pinna. The outer ear which you see at the side of your face. This is outer ear. The main function of outer ear is to collect the sound and it is just like the shape of a microphone. It helps in the collecting of sound. When sound enters the pinna, it is allowed to move through a pipe-like chamber of air. The vibration of the incoming sound are sent to the next part of the ear, and the next part is the middle ear. Middle ear is a air-filled cavity which consists of a thin, flexible, stretched tissue which is called the eardrum. So first the sound is collected by the pinna, then it reaches to the eardrum where the drum vibrates and created sound. And the eardrum is further connected to the three small bones which maintain a very delicate balance with each other. The sound vibration carried forward from the outer ear first vibrates the eardrum and then transfer the energy of the sound wave into internal vibration of the bone structure. The delicate balance of the bone is capable of detecting very small vibrations. After that, the last part, that is called the inner part or inner ear. The inner ear receives the vibrations from the bone structure from the middle ear and transforms this energy into nerve impulse, which are further transmitted to the brain, and the brain interprets or perceives these impulses as sound. After that, we learn different terms which comes in the form in waveform. First term is that vibration, which we are talking in this chapter again and again. Vibration is the to and fro motion often from its mean position. The backward and forward motion from its mean position is called the vibration. So here you are seeing the sound wave. In this way, a sound wave formed. First is frequency. What is frequency? Frequency is the number of vibrations made by an object in 1 second. Means how many times a wave vibrate in 1 second is called its frequency, and it is denoted by nu. It is just like a V, but it is slightly tilted, and the SI unit of frequency is hertz. Another term is time period, which is denoted by capital T. The time period, the SI unit of time period is second. The time taken by an object to complete one full vibration is called its time period. Means to complete one wave, the time taken by to complete one wave or one oscillation is called its time period. Another term is wavelength. Wavelength is the distance between two highest point of a wave, or we can say it crest, or two lowest point of a wave, that is troughs. These are called wavelength and it is denoted by lambda. Another term is amplitude. Amplitude is the displacement of particle from its mean position to the either side of the wave is called amplitude, or simply we can say that the maximum distance from its mean position is called amplitude, and it is denoted by measured by in meters. So now we know all the terms and we do some examples. This is the relation between a frequency and a time period, that frequency is equal to reciprocal of time, or we can say that time is equals to the reciprocal of wave. Now here in example 1, an object completes 800 vibrations in 20 seconds. Calculate its frequency. So we have to find out the frequency. Frequency, I told you, is the number of vibrations made by an object in 1 second. So here we are given number of vibrations completed in 20 seconds, which is equal to 800. So we have to find out the number of vibration in 1 second. Very simple. Completion number of vibration completed in 1 second equals to 800 by 20. So 40 hertz. The frequency, its unit is hertz. So we have write capital H and small z. In another example, we see that calculate the time period of a vibrating particle if its frequency is 500 hertz. Here we have given frequency 500 hertz and we have to calculate time. Simple, we know the formula T equals to 1 upon nu, and we put the value, we get 0.002 second is the time.